Kerry, would you mind giving us just a recap of the tournament itself, right? How was it started?
Wayne wanted to do something on the adult level. I do a lot of things for like school age. Just he came up with that idea because Boo was one of his younger relatives that grew up on the north side of town, out Parkway. And then Trey, he was one of your guys' former basketball stars. So they both were had some untimely deaths. So just to be able to do something to bring the community together all sides of town. Penn Park has always, since we were kids, even before us, Penn Park has always been that centralized location where everybody would come and play ball and things like that. It started with a couple guys from Lancaster, a couple guys from Harrisburg, and then you ended up getting Baltimore, DC, New York, New Jersey, and the whole nine. Now everybody supports it.
People are like playing basketball, like extremely high level.
It grew in attendance from a player standpoint, numbers-wise, from the crowd that was down, but the energy was still amazing. I think this year as well, there were overtime. It was an overtime game. There was, I want to say 4, maybe 5 games decided at the free throw line with 10 seconds on the clock, or a game-winning shot in the last 10, 15 seconds. Normally that might happen once a year, so I think those moments like that, in terms of the game of basketball, it built the buzz up a little bit, and it made those instant classic moments. We had several of those moments this year, so I think that kind of helped out from an energy standpoint.
I actually went and found Wayne. I told him I thought it was a great run tournament. I don't think there's anything that could have been done better from what I saw. Everything was great. There was good food, there was good music, there was good basketball, and that's pretty much what I went there for, was the food, music, and basketball. And I was thoroughly entertained, and if I had to pay, I would have definitely gotten my money's worth.
Yeah, what I think is amazing about this, because I'm starting to hear some of the common themes about the event, right? It's about memorializing legends. It's about bringing people together in the community, right? And then it's about having an impact. These events do all of those things. Why do you think it's important for people to come together at the event, right?
I would say because with the hands-on award, that was something that Wayne started doing a couple years ago. Rodney, of course, with his untimely death, happened to be the first person to get the hands-on award, who was no longer here with us. And there's a lot of people in your community that do a lot.
And with the blessings that my husband and I have received throughout our lives, growing up poor, we were able to pay it forward. And this event, not only is it diverse, but it's an event that resonates in our community. It's an event that brings out all different types of cultures and food and people of color. There's dollars out there for events that are being held in the county that are putting dollars into our hotel tax revenue. There's an economic impact to events like this, especially now with COVID.
One thing he did, and one thing that this tournament does, there was people from all over, and it brought people from suburbs, it brought people from different cities, and we had people from Lancaster and Harrisburg and Baltimore and DC, and that kind of goes to what Rodney stood for me.
In our communities, the poor and the black and brown communities, we memorialize those that have died tragically. And in honoring, memorializing Rodney Washington, we memorialize somebody who was in the trenches every day. Oftentimes we forget about those that live it and work it every day. It takes people like us to continue to appreciate the legacy of these giants and legends in our community. We can't let them be forgotten.
Memorializing those folks allows us to show people, and like Kerry said, that's opening doors for people to be more like Rodney Washington.
So it resonates with me because I'm a Camden, New Jersey kid, growing up poor, and then raised in Worcester, Massachusetts, in the projects. There were untimely deaths that occurred around me. And so when I met Wayne and he presented this opportunity to me, you just have to jump on it when you're able in your life to pay it forward. but it's an event that resonates in our community. It's an event that brings out all different types of cultures and food and people of color.
Through race, through economics, through, just for whatever wedges we appear to be being separated, being divided, and obviously, we need to come together. Now, bringing it back to the tournament, I think that's what the tournament did. People that were there wanted to be there, they wanted to be together, they wanted to be out of their house, they wanted to have a good time, they wanted to see good basketball, and they did that. I personally didn't see any issue along any lines where anybody would feel that they were trying to be separated.
So just doing things, events like that at Penn Park to make people know, like, no matter what you heard, we're here in the trenches, this is the truth, this is the reality. Yeah, things happen here, but they happen everywhere. Doesn't mean that, it's not safe, and it's open to everyone and anyone. We hope everyone, comes back to the training room next year, because it's going to continue to grow, it's going to continue to get better, and we're not going to move it anywhere. Penn Park is our Rucker. You got the local legends, the local York guys, legends, and then you got guys that play semi-pro ball, pro ball, Division I, and everything else in between. Everybody's on the same playing field, and if you want respect, you get out there and you earn it. And you also put on a little bit of a show for the community and for the crowd.
And it's just an event that we would love to see grow. Now in its 10th year anniversary, we were trying to do some great, bigger things, but with COVID, we weren't able to. But Wayne had his event, people showed up, and we were excited to be sponsors, and we'll continue to be as long as the event is hosted. As a councilman, I want to try to help him grow it. I'm talking about big. I'm talking about reaching for the stars, closing all the streets around Penn Park with basketball courts. They close all of downtown. You got them doing a petting zoo or a carnival ride with the water feature, and then with all that talent of basketball and food and all that. So obviously that's reaching for the stars, and I'd like to be part of helping them grow it, because I believe in this event that much.